Welcome, Crusaders, and thanks for joining me for some Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I realized, watching back the last episode, that we forgot to give Saxon a little love here when we leveled up, so we need to take care of him. I think for Saxon, I'm just going to grab Improved Iron Will, get his will up a little bit more. Okay, so we got him taken care of. Okay, I think since we did a little bit here, before we head out, we're going to just make camp right here on the street corner real quick. Okay, I guess after Sela leveled up, we forgot to check her spells, so she's got at least one free spot here. I wanted to use Blessed Weapon, but we swapped that out for the Restoration, so maybe we can throw that back in here now. Okay, we rested. We failed with the Protective Ritual, but we are ready to head out now. So I think where we're headed is the Tower of Estrod. I believe that's what it's called. It's pretty close here, I think, to where we're at. Yeah. Scout out the Tower of Estrod. Let's head there. Alright, so a reminder of what we're doing here. Scout out the Tower of Estrod. Irabeth does not have the numbers to force the demons out of the Tower of Estrod. She prefers to confine her actions to scouting and information gathering for now. Purge the demons from the Tower of Estrod. That sounds like a big job, but we'll see what we've got here. Oh. Who is this? Kanabres burns, the city that should never have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see this light in you. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. And I hear the echo of a familiar voice. I feel the warmth of my kindred flame. My brother, we will help you. Angelic aspect. Okay. Now what are all these?
Let us press on.
Oh, the paintings on the wall. Okay. Crusader Queen. Copy of the famous embossed bas-relief originally created by Master Derek Sunhammer. Young Queen Galfrey is portrayed personally leading her crusaders into battle on the 1st of Abadias 4624 during the First Crusade. None will escape my all-seeing eye. Inquisitor Holrun fights a shadow demon that he exorcised from a soldier's body. So this is kind of a wrecked art gallery. And then we've got something demonic happening in here. Locked from the inside. Talk to these things. Vision of the Herald. Vision of Eliandra. Vision of Yaniel. Servants of the Abyss, you entered the House of Memory with evil in your souls. Soon you will be but a memory. Farewell to Sarkoris, Eliandra, the legendary priestess of Polurua, watches the city of Iz crumble into the freshly opened world wound. More details in the museum almanac. What are we supposed to be doing in here? Do we just need to get closer to this door or something? Knock knock. Looked at this one. It was said that maybe we should have come here before the assault on... Oh, can we walk up here? Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, we got unsavory activities. Faxon, the red-skinned, long-haired tiefling, raises his pain-filled eyes to you. A huge magical brand stands out on his chest, freshly burned into his skin. The flesh around the brand is inflamed and has an unhealthy-looking hue. Hey, stop, who are you? Crusaders. Well, well, well. I was looking to add a couple more Crusader heads to my collection and all. Woljif, why just assume we're crusaders, though? Where'd you get that idea, huh? I mean, do we look like crusaders? Well, some of us kind of do. Oh, right. The tiefling notices the sacred symbol of Iomade gleaming on the paladin's chest and sighs. I suppose that explains it. Intimidate him to leave? Disgusting filth. Get out of here before I kill you all. No, we're not letting them go anywhere. You should have run when you first saw me. Faxon's eyes narrow in fury, and he releases a feral shriek that sets his gang slavering for your blood. The demons and Templars give answering howls to their leader and surge forward to attack. Yeah! Alright, we didn't really get any buffs on anybody for this. We got Faxon, Chaotic Evil Tiefling Witch. And then some of our other standard demon enemies and a couple cultists. Alright, we picked up Summon Monster for Ember. Kind of with the idea we might send her down the conjuring path. Let's go ahead and put this out here. Little meat shield here while we get ready. We got one down here too. Looks like Lon can actually fire at this Templar from where he's standing. So let's do it.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Good. Get the Divine Weapon Bond on Sela. She's ready to go with that. We don't have anybody with... We didn't bring Camellia, so we don't have any Delay Poison or her Aura of Purity or anything here. That's poor planning on our part. Here comes the stinking cloud. Oh, maybe not. Should try to take out that Dretch before he can do that to us. I don't know if we can get down there though. Where? Oh, they're gonna open that door and come out. Interesting. Okay. So they're gonna be coming through here. And I should have got some of these things on ahead of time. I didn't think about going into a cutscene and not having a chance to put some things on first. Bring Woljif back down here. Theek's not even on his horse. Alright, let's do protection from evil. Yeah, they're all planning to come through there. Well, not all of them, but half of them. Wonder if she could get the web over here on these guys while we deal with the ones coming in from the back. Maybe keep some of them from getting up here. Do that. Good job. Come on, get this Abracandaloo.
Won't survive me.
Good job, Sela. They're just gonna... Alright, that is some BS. I mean, fine if you want to come open this door and then do that, but what? How are you hitting us from down there with that? I don't think so. Alright, well, let's channel. They're not going to open the door. They're just going to sit down there and do that. Alright, well that's... Now we got the web there. We can't really get to him. I don't know if we can... Can we do a mobility check during combat? I guess we're going to have to find out. I thought they were coming to open this door, but they're just somehow standing down there and firing everything off at us. Well, at least if they're stuck in the web, we can hit them with stuff from up here. We can shoot at them from up here too. So we should be going after that guy. But Darren, you're just gonna have to channel again. It is nice to have that. Much more healing than we previously had. All right, they're not opening that door. That was kind of weird. That guy's down. Now we just need to get down there. Let's see, Sela has the selective channel too. Since we can't really walk out there right now with the webbing, let's do that. Well, this Abercandu, they made his way up through the webbing so we can actually reach him to attack. Meanwhile, most of us are incapacitated. Sela?
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
They really faked us out by going for that door down there. Thought they were going to open it. Instead, we made things more difficult for ourselves here. I don't think we can climb down here during... No. Can we dismiss that web after the battle? So I don't think we can do that in the middle of battle. Oh, Woljif got too close to the webbing.
Make every strike count.
Alright, Lon. I feel like this fight would have been over in like seconds if we hadn't put that webbing out there.
The light take you.
We just got a couple of them left. Saxon's actually done a lot of the work for us here. I wonder if we can get him through the webbing to this guy. Or maybe he'll make it up here. Let's actually... And we could try the slumber on him, but I'm not sure right there is the best place for that. Let's... vulnerability. No, not that. That's not what I want. The evil eye. The AC. Lon. You can finish him off from there.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Or not quite. See if Sela can make it through the webbing. Nope. Saxon. Shoot, we've got people in the way. He can't reach. Alright, Ember, well, let's go ahead. Actually, instead of slumber, let's just try the scorching ray. Yeah, he's resistant to fire. We still did quite a bit of damage. There we go. Okay. Scouted the tower. Now we can maybe use this to dismiss this webbing. No?
This spell's faulty.
Oh, created by the same caster. So,
Soot is restless.
Ember, you do
I
that?
wonder why.
Well, okay. Well, the journal updated that we scouted this place, but let's see if there's anything else to find.
Pretty good, aren't I?
That gets us over here. Push the column. Okay. Was that just to get to this loot? Buckler. Buckler +1. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, there you go, Zeke. A little bit of upgrade for you. So tiny. I guess that pillar was just hiding that loot there. To the basement. Pamphlet depicting a beautiful golem. The Prestidigitator golem is an artifact of the Aslanti culture from the golden age of the Aslanti Empire. Made by the clerics of Shaylin, this magnificent magical construct has a number of highly specialized magical abilities that allow it to cast various illusions on its surroundings. Despite the great expense that went into its creation, this golem has no practical function and was used solely to satisfy the aesthetic needs of the Aslanti. In keeping with the Shaylinite philosophy, these golems were designed to wander through their cities to improve the appearance of anything deemed insufficiently pleasing to the eye. True to its purpose, each Prestidigitator golem was meticulously crafted without consideration for the cost of the required materials, and as a result, the modern-day cost of such a masterpiece would be truly astronomical. Sadly, most golems of this kind were destroyed in the same cataclysm that destroyed Old Aslant. This model was gifted to the Tower of Estrod Museum by the Temple of the Sunrise Chrysanthemums in Tianjia. Is that the one that we have back at the Defender's Heart? Let's get that door open. Is this where they found the one that we've got back there? Right, tell Irabeth about the victory. Kind of want to see what's in that basement. Is there anything else up here?
I found.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
Oh, we can push this one over. Okay. I'm not sure what that's accomplishing besides making even more of a mess down there. Oh, I bet we could have snuck in and done that and killed those guys standing here. Not have had to fight as many of them. Huh.
This is my kind of work.
That would have made that fight easier. What would have made it easier would have been just not casting that web and not thinking they were going to come out that doorway. Let's go to the basement. So I'm going to see what's down here. Could be a bad idea. Who's this going to be? Telmer? A pale and frightened half-elf looks at you warily. His face is twisted into a grimace like he just ate something slimy. Hey, who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of the relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I'm Telmar, the scribe and senior aide to Lord Xanther the Plagued One. And do forgive me, but Faxon has been assigned to this command, has he not? Where is he? What are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of the valuable Crusader artifacts. Lord Xanther has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Kanabres and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose the museum as the place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved even quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault. But there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those, but where is Faxon? Woljif snickers. Ha! Finest thieves in Medev. Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed to the floor will be gone when you turn around again. The demons have no chance against him. Masters of our trade, we are. There you go bragging again, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm, trust me. If you fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. No thanks, every person has their calling, and this is mine. But imagine if you fought as well as we thieve. Alright, where is this museum custodian? Over in the gallery. I deceived him, I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult, the old geezer is out of his mind. So tell me, where is Faxon? I think it's time for you to get your hands off the crusader relics. The half-elf leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheaf of papers from his bag as he goes. No, I have valuable letters from Lord Xanther here. I must destroy them. The cultist balls the pages up in his fist and shoves them into his mouth, then begins furiously chewing like a hamster. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. Strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of wet paper. His expressions veer from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals to you for help. Lon, want some salt or pepper with that? Now, I've never tried eating paper myself, but a little seasoning goes a long way, whatever the meal. Darren, confiture. The perfect accompaniment for paper is apricot confiture. How do I know this? An excellent question. As a child, I once ate a piece of my exercise book in front of my horrid music teacher, to Spider. Oh. Jeez. End his torment by killing him. Merciful blow ends the helpless half-elf's life. This is undoubtedly a far kinder death than suffocation. Alright. We just couldn't let that guy off. Largely destroyed letter. Alright, let's look at this. A wad of crumbled pieces of paper with visible bite marks and traces of saliva. The writing is blurred and indistinct. Most of the words are completely illegible, but some fragments are still intact. Carefully pack up all the relics and valuable magic items and hand them over to the same courier that brought you my potions. Later, I may carve out some time away from my scientific research to sift through the detritus you managed to steal from the Crusaders. I might as well not bother, since your finds will almost certainly be of no use to me, unless I find myself in dire need of a paperweight. Still, this mission keeps you occupied and gives me an invaluable opportunity to work without you sticking your nose into my experiments. I once again remind you that the rest of the text is illegible. Only a few more sentences can be read toward the end. The punishment will be painful, brutal, and utterly inhumane. Remember this. Good luck with conquering whatever you are conquering out there. Xanther Vang. So let's see if we can find this museum curator then. Got a door over there. Pedestals here. Copper vessel and the oil inside it were sanctified by Raylis, priest of Iomade and faithful crusader. This item was donated to the museum by Raylis' fellows in arms. More details in the museum almanac. Right, all we have are pedestals and plaques, no actual relics there. It looks like some nice loot for us in here. Sarkorian Faith. Okay, we'll take a look at that book in a minute. A chain shirt. Lady Calandra's chain shirt. +2 mithril chain shirt. Is Woldriff wearing light armor? No, he doesn't have anything. I don't think I have anybody wearing light armor. This might actually be better on him, though. No, I'll leave the medium armor on him. Where's that book? Sarkorian Faith. Imperial Lord Polura, Mistress of the Stars and the mysterious light of the Aurora, is one of the most revered deities of old Sarkoris. Her worship was widespread among the Kelids, who built numerous shrines in honor of their patroness. The foremost of these shrines, considered particularly cherished and sacred, was located on a lake shore surrounded by picturesque waterfalls called Pulura's Fall. We didn't learn anything from that.
Godspeed.
We got several traps in here.
Something
Send
wrong.
Woldriff in there. Get those.
Maybe trap,
Jeez.
might be treasure.
Okay, get that one.
This is my kind
Okay,
of
all
work.
the traps taken care of. Got a kukri. I'm glad we came down here. Lots of treasure. After we killed that guy for putting his hands on this stuff, now we're just gonna grab all of it ourselves. Yaniel.
This is my kind of work.
Magic essence. And a bow. Okay. Strapping longbow. Oh, wow. Whenever this +1 composite longbow confirms a critical hit, all enemies in a 10-foot area must pass a reflex saving throw or become entangled for 1 round. Okay, I think we leave the wicked longbow on Juan. Oh, here we go. Teldon. Where's that polite young fellow got to? He was going to get a box for the exhibits and then come back here.
Together we stand.
Send Zeke over here. Oh, we're all crammed in this
Let us
doorway.
press
Teldon. The old man, looking around absent-mindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Stay back. Which are you, robber or demon? Woljiff, hey, take it easy, Gramps. So that's the way it is, eh? You see horns and you think thief or demon? Quit scaring the old man, dummy. Have you seen your horns? How should I put this? Don't exactly inspire trust in a city that's currently overrun with demons. Hey, there are horns and then there are horns. I'm not gonna hurt you. The old man goggles at you in terror, but he doesn't lower his wand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats. The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction the sound came from. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. When he turns back to you, there is no fear in his expression, only vague confusion. You, I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Who are you? The old man lowers his wand in confusion. I think. His expression grows distraught and mournful as though he is on the verge of crying. I forget. His gaze falls on a piece of cloth carefully stitched to his cloak, which reads, Teldon, Tower of Estrod Museum Custodian. Aha, I'm Teldon, the custodian here. My memory isn't what it once was. My faculties are failing me. But at one time, my mind could cut like a diamond. I was a battle mage, one of the few who survived the Battle of the Lost Chapel. But I'm an old man now. Sometimes I set down my keys one moment, and the next I can't remember where I put them. With a pleased smile, the old man pulls a hefty set of keys from his pocket and proudly shows them to you. Here they are, my keys, my little lovelies. I would never give you away to anyone. Remembering himself, the old man hastily stows the keys back in his pocket. Darren, the Lost Chapel? Ah, this old fellow was there. That his mind was damaged isn't surprising. What's surprising is that the old codger can still speak at all. In the entire history of the Crusades, which aren't exactly uplifting, this is one of its bloodiest chapters. Some time ago, I wanted to know what became of the abandoned fortifications and estates the Crusaders left behind. I read through the accounts of the Lost Chapel veterans. Now that was a real bloodbath. What are the keys for? Oh, these keys are for everything. I can open every door in the Tower of Estrod with these. The museum custodian on duty must carry these keys at all times and never be parted from them, not even for a second. And why is that? Because if the keys were left unattended, they would be pinched by thieves, wouldn't they? Thieves who'd strip the museum of all its treasures. What are you all looking at me for? Woljiff exclaims indignantly, even though no one is looking at him. Why don't you give me the keys? Out of the question. According to museum protocol, the custodian does not have the right to hand over the keys to another. I am personally responsible for the safety of the exhibits and the storeroom. We'll try some diplomacy. Don't you understand? This museum holds things that could help in the fight against the demons. Biting his lip, the old man holds out the keys to you. You're right. I'm just an old duffer. Take whatever will help you and go and defend our city. Why did the demons spare you? The museum custodian looks at you in stark surprise. Demons? There have been no demons in this museum. I heard them breaking into the tower, but then everything went quiet. Then a very polite young fellow came along, a half-elf. He said Kanabres was under attack, but that the Crusaders had already recaptured the tower. He said he'd been sent to oversee the evacuation of the museum. He was very pleased to find me here. I've proved a very useful resource. I showed him all the most valuable relics, explained what they were, and he wrapped them up, labeled them, and carried them off somewhere. And I've been here all this time. I locked the doors and stood guard to make sure no demon got in, but I've seen not a one of them. Haven't heard any either. I've grown hard of hearing over the years. That half-elf was a demon worshipper. The old man frowns in confusion. What do you mean, demon worshipper? That fine young lad, so well dressed, so polite. But he said the Crusaders. Oh my word. The relics, we must go after them. The old man works himself into a state, bitterly lamenting as he roots through his many pockets. But the outburst doesn't last long. The motion of his hands slows and the awareness fades from his eyes. He stares off into the distance and then looks at you, wets his lips, and sheepishly inquires, "Sorry, did you say something?" Oh, well, this is getting kind of sad. What happened here? The old man bursts into agitated muttering, gesticulating furiously with shaking hands. First, the bells started ringing, and then there were noises in the street. Then the dragon, Lady Terendelev, began to roar. I went to lock the door, but they were already inside. The thieves. There were 7 of them, or perhaps 10, I don't remember. They were talking some rubbish about how they were all orphans, supposedly, and that they weren't dangerous. They grabbed me and wouldn't let me go, and then they looted the place. They took anything with even a lick of gold on it, relics too. The museum boasts a very extensive collection, you know. And worst of all, they took the wand, and when they were done, they tossed me aside like a piece of old junk. They didn't even bother to kill me. The museum custodian looks at you with affront and anguish in his eyes. What wand did the thieves steal? The wand of Zacharias, my master. He was a great man, the hero of the defense of the lost chapel, and those scoundrels took his wand, a relic. Ballads are sung about Zacharias, and they're just damned thieves. Master Zacharias will return, and he will assemble all of us, his students, and we'll show them. I'll show them with what Battle Mage Teldon is made of. Fury sparks in the old man's eyes. His spine straightens, and in a fluid motion his hands raise his wand at the ready. But a howl of rage from outside frightens off the ghosts of the past. The old man turns around and looks at you in befuddlement. You were just asking me about something. I forget what it was. Where can I find these robbers? The old man throws up his hands. I haven't the foggiest. They're thieves. They know out-of-the-way places where they won't be found. That's where they are if they're still alive, but they won't be in the city. I heard them talking amongst themselves about how they needed to get out of Kanabres before the demons wiped them out. Are you all right? The poor old man smiles piteously and makes a helpless gesture. Old age, my young friend. Old age and the poison of fear seeping into my mind. Both have turned me from a crusader and battle mage into the sorry specimen you see before you. This museum is all I have. Whenever I forget who and where I am, I just read the exhibit labels. They are of the past, just like me, and now some ruffians have ransacked the place. I'm frightened, my young friend. I'm very frightened. Ember, don't be afraid, the girl whispers. There's nothing to be afraid of. All the scary things have already happened. They're in the past. The old man nods, but continues his agitated motions. Scary, so scary. Tell me about the museum exhibits. The old man seems to come to life. It would take a lifetime to tell you all there is to know, but I'll take you on a tour of the highlights. Some of my personal favorites. You should have a look yourself. You won't regret it. For instance, we have a painting here depicting angels fighting demons. Now, you may find it hard to believe, but in the First Crusades, many heavenly beings fought shoulder to shoulder with the Crusaders. And these two in the painting are Targona and Lariel, the Silver Twins, as they were called. I actually met them, you know, when I was a young man studying under Master Zacharias. They had no airs or graces about them. They walked among the mortals, they spoke to us, they healed our wounds. Lady Targona I remember especially well. She had a special, unearthly wisdom within her. The angel Lariel, on the other hand, was known for his daring, and the youngest Crusaders idolized him. I wonder where they are now, the twins. We don't have celestial beings in our ranks anymore. They all left sometime during the Second Crusade, on a very important mission, they say. But I do love looking at this painting and remembering those days when envoys of the heavens walked among us and the light that seemed to shine from within them. The old man wipes his eyes. What was I saying? You must be a messenger, yes? Or are you a visitor? Zila, why did those times end? Why do the Celestials not fight with us still? Heaven has not abandoned us, surely. Heaven is above us, far, far away. Everyone there is good, I heard, but they can't see us from all the way up there. You said that the angels Targona and Lariel are twins, but how can angels have siblings? That's a good question. Of course, angels are not born like mortals, so they can't have a mother and father, or sisters and brothers as we understand them. Angels come into being from reincarnated souls or from the pure essence of the upper planes. Sometimes, angels may adopt some features of mortals. For instance, they can identify as male or female, although that is not generally their way. Some of them can also develop bonds of camaraderie or even kinship, but the case of the Silver Twins is rarer still. They are two angels who emerged from one soul. What else should they call themselves if not twins? The old man smiles, seemingly satisfied with his speech, but within moments his vacant expression is back in place, all awareness gone from his eyes. Alright, go to the Defender's Heart. There are good people there, they'll look after you. The old custodian gives you a toothless smile. Really? It's safe there? But how can I leave the museum? His gaze falls upon the traces of the ransacking, and the old man becomes lost in thought, as though trying to find an explanation for what he is seeing. You know what happened here, don't you? Thieves, they were prowling about, wanted to rob the museum, but I stopped them. Those ne'er-do-wells came in here and I gave them what for? A dose of battle magic. They won't be back. Don't you worry about me. I may be old, but I can still hold my own. But you said that they took everything, didn't you? The old man's bewildered gaze follows you as you go. Okay, Selden, I guess you can hang out here. We're gonna grab some stuff here. And then there was still that one other door that was locked. I don't even know if it was locked. It was closed. He gave us his keys, but we may have already opened all the locked doors. That was kind of weird because I thought he first said that the thieves took everything, and then he said that he killed all of them. I feel like it's more likely it was the former. Angels. Alright, we'll take a look at that one, see if we learn anything from it. Alright, that appears to be everything down here. I'm gonna head back to the entrance up here. See if these beings, or whatever it was that came out of these walls up here. They're here. Okay, vision of Targona. The translucent silhouette of a winged female warrior glows softly. You brought us back to waking. Greetings. Who are you? Not who, what? Memories. This place was created as a cradle of memory and fantasy. The things that belonged to the city's heroes were kept here. People used to come to this place to remember those heroes, and myself and the others are living memories. You woke us, so here we are. Lots of things seem silent only until you care to listen to them. Like here, someone's memory has awoken to reveal itself to us. Yes, little one, and I have no doubt that the birds in the streets converse with you too, and the trees and the flowers and even certain lampposts. And I'm sure this occurs regularly. For me, alas, such wonders only occur after a week-long bacchanalia, and the conversations don't go very far. I used to come here when the mood took me. The exhibits here are meager, no doubt, and cannot compete with the museums in the capital, but all the same, I find this place to be a calming refuge away from the bustling city. So your memories? Of who? Of the heroes the city wished to immortalize. Go, touch a memory, see how they remembered us. After all, this place was created so that our names would never disappear into the mists of history. There used to be a place like this near Neathholm, Lon sighs. Quiet, calm, I used to walk among the plinths and pedestals, wondering, the people who founded the place, what was driving them? Were they thinking about future generations? How to pass down their wisdom and show the right path? Or were they thinking of themselves? trying to keep their names and deeds alive. But then the ceiling collapsed and that place didn't exist anymore, so my question was moot. Sela, I wish I could say that we have not dishonored your memory, but Kanabres lies in ruins, and But you fearlessly battle the invaders with no thought for yourself. You have earned no censure. We are proud of you. Woljif, right. In the olden days, mortal kind lost to the demons time after time after time, and now their descendants are continuing their losing streak. How could they not be proud of that? Why did you help me? How did they help us? A soft smile appears on the woman's face. I sensed something in you, as if you are close to me somehow, like we stood shoulder to shoulder once in the face of evil, and that we must do so again. I sense that light dwells within you. Very recently you were threatened by a powerful demon, and dark bloodlust tried to enslave your soul. But you opposed it and held fast. Continue to follow the path of light, and other righteous souls will aid you and follow you. Okay. Farewell. The power that gives us this semblance of life is running out, and soon we will once again be but memories, living only in words, pictures, and songs. I'm not exactly sure how they actually helped us, but I guess they did. Wonder if we would have come here before the Defender's Heart attack, would they have come there to help? I don't know. I didn't notice them doing anything in here. Anyway. Alright, so we scouted the tower. We just need to go back and talk to Irabeth about that. So I think we'll probably start off next time with that, and maybe come out with a bit of a different group here. Maybe take Woljif actually to his place that he's wanting to check out. We'll see. Thanks for being here with me. Really appreciate it, and hope to see you again here with me next time. Bye-bye.